Welcome to Radiant Health Yoga. I am Deborah, and I'm going to start our class off today with a quote from one of my favorite poets and philosophers, John O'Donohue. It's from his unfinished poem. I would love to live like a river flows, carried by the surprise of its own unfolding. Enjoy your practice today. And we will start seated on our mats. So coming into any seated position for yourself, legs crossed, legs long. And rest your hands on your thighs, either palms up to the sky or down toward the earth. Notice which one is most grounding for you today. And sense your sits bones and how they connect and root you down to the earth. Energy rising up and down your spine, and the crown of your head floating effortlessly toward the sky. Feel how your body is responding to your breath at this moment. Is your breath moving quickly and shallow? Has it slowed down? Moving a little bit more deeply? Or somewhere in the middle? And notice how your body responds to that breath. That unity between breath and movement. As you draw your next breath in, just sense the fullness of your body as it expands, bulges, and lengthens. And as you exhale, what does that release and letting go feel like for you? Can you feel how your body knows how to let go on your mat? Or at least begins to let go of whatever happened before this moment. Letting it go. Reach down to the earth with your hands. Rise to the sky. Your hands meet at the top and draw into your heart. And we'll move in that cycle twice more, from the earth to the sky and to your heart center. Once more, easy flow of breath and movement. And pausing when you arrive at your heart. And we'll take a moment here to think about unfolding and the surprises that await us, self-discovery through our practice. And with that sense of unfolding, perhaps create an affirmation for yourself, set an intention for your practice. Or perhaps dedicate your practice to someone who could use a little extra tender, loving care in their life today. Rising back up to the sky. Blossom open and release that thought out into the universe, and may it manifest itself in your life or in the life of someone you love. Releasing back to the earth, spreading wide as you rise to the sky and cross your right wrist over your left. Maybe your hands stay here, maybe they connect. Inhale as you lengthen a little bit more to the sky. Exhale, bending through your elbows. Twice more. Inhale as you lengthen. Feel those sits bones rooting down. Exhale, release. Once more. Staying connected with your hands, rotate to your right. And on your next exhale, release the hands down, one to your leg, the other to the earth, and continue into your spiral twist to your right. Rotating your head a little bit more to the left, bringing you back to what will feel more like center for yourself. And then tilt the right ear to your right shoulder. Maybe close your eyes for a moment. See if you can relax just a little bit more down through the legs. And as you open your eyes, rotate your head down to look toward your right shoulder. Reach your right hand to the wall behind you and then carve around to the front. Fingertips will lead the way, opening across the right shoulder blade, gazing through your fingers. Open to a wide V to the sky, a victorious reach up. And then draw the arms back, opening through the heart, the chest, across the sternum. Exhale, release one shoulder forward and around, one shoulder roll back and around. Lengthen through the legs. Coming into staff pose, lengthening upper body, lower half. And then draw the right leg in. Either stand it on the inside or cross it over and stand on that right foot. Draw yourself up as if you're partnering yourself with your leg in a dance. And then wrap the left arm around and glide the heart, belly, toward and past your thigh, looking toward the right. Easy gaze or close your eyes. Sense the energy from your sits bones down and out through your left heel. And unwinding back to the front. Release up to the sky. Fingertips dive down, swoop forward, blossom open. And if you had your legs crossed, go ahead and cross the opposite leg in front. And pause here for a breath, just noticing how your body is at this moment compared to just a few moments ago. And then reaching down to the earth as you rise to the sky, left wrist crosses over the right. And again, no worries if the hands don't connect. Inhale, lengthen up along the sides of your body. Exhale, release through the elbows. As you rise and the crown of your head lengthens up, those sits bones rooting down as you release. And once more, rising, lengthening. Soften through that elbows, keep the length through the upper body, and then take that into a rotation to your left. Releasing the arms down to your leg, to the floor. Exhale and guide yourself a little more toward your left. And draw your attention to your breath and maybe sense how the breath expands across both sides of your ribs. How the breath bulges forward and back towards belly and back. And you still have that sense of length as the breath moves up and down your body. And turn your head a little bit more to the right and then tilt your ear to your left. And gently rotate your head down to look toward the left shoulder. And reach your left hand to the wall behind you and carve around, moving your fingertips through the air, opening along the left side of your body, upper body now. Rising up voluminously toward the sky, and then thumbs down, palms face the wall behind you, open up as if you're soaring. You just move forward through space. Release, shoulder roll, energy down and out those legs, reverse, rising up into your staff pose. That smile and exhale can soften around the throat, neck, and shoulders. And then draw the left leg to stand either inside or to the outside. Rise up to meet that thigh and continue the spiral toward your left. Energy down from your sits bone to your right heel. Unwinding back to the front, reaching up, fingertips again, dive down, swoop forward, pause, take a deep breath in, and release. And we're going to make our way onto all fours for cat and cow. And place those palms right underneath your shoulders, knees, thighs aligned up into your hip socket. And gently press into the floor as you rise up into cat, feeling the tailbone and the crown of your head yearning toward the earth as your spine rises, the center of your spine. And moving into cow, sense the lengthening along the front surface of your body as the heart rises. And moving once again through your cat, moving with the breath into cow, and release into child's pose of your choice. Would you like to actively lengthen your arms, elbows raised, soften the elbows to the earth, or allow your arms to rest by your thighs? What feels good for you today at this moment? On your next inhale, bring your arms forward. We're going to come into dolphin. And if you prefer to go into downward facing dog, feel free to make that your choice. So lengthen those arms, shift your weight forward onto your forearms, tuck your toes under, and just like downward dog, you're going to draw that pelvis back and high, pressing through the hands and your forearms so that your head moves away from the direction of your hands. If you're in dolphin, walk your feet just a little bit closer to the upper body. And again, press through those arms. Whether you're in downward dog or dolphin, if you prefer to have your legs bent, please bend your legs if that offers any release to your hamstrings, low or mid back. You feel your navel draw toward your spine, spreading those toes, and rise up to the ball of your feet gently. Release yourself back down, and once more coming into child's pose of your choice. If your arms are by your legs, go ahead and actively lengthen your arms and coming into downward facing dog. Using your breath, finding that flow once again, the unity of breath and movement. Inhale, you're going to rise up to the ball of your feet, and on the exhale, crouch, bending your arms and your legs, looking toward the space between your hands. This is preparation for crouching tiger, which in a moment you'll get to add the face and your breath. but press back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, rise up to the ball of your feet. Exhale, crouching tiger. And walk your way to the front of your mat, rising up. And coming into your heart. You'll be facing the front edge of your mat. I will be adjusting myself a little bit throughout. Inhale as you rise back up, interlacing your fingers, pointer fingers to the sky, rising up and over to your right. Feel yourself lengthening down through the body and the curve rising up and over to your right. Have a softness behind your knees. Returning back to the sky and into your heart. Moving into chair, send your sits bones back behind you. Your weight shifts towards your heels. And there's a sense of ease through the toes. Watch that you don't lift up too high at your chin. Find that neutral place so you can support the natural little arch of your cervical spine. And there's a sense of ease at the base of your skull. Exhale, forward fold, draping your torso over your bent thighs. Feel that expansion across the shoulder blades, a softness at the chest. Rising back up, press down through the earth, spread your arms wide, and return to your heart center. Interlace your fingers with the opposite thumb on top, rising back up to the sky, up and over to your left. Again, that softness behind your knees. Feel yourself rooted to the earth, yet rising. Returning back to center. Release the arms back behind you. Circle thumbs down, coming into chair. Easy chair at this point, so you can soften across your shoulders. Arms can be as high or as low as you like them to be. Exhale, bend forward fold once again. Inhale, come your halfway up. Your fingertips might touch the floor. You might be more comfortable at your shins or your thighs. What allows you to rise up and find that lengthening down the legs and then the length from head to tail. Exhale, bending through your legs. Draw your right leg back behind you. Rotate it about 90 degrees and rise up into your warrior two. Normally the gaze is over the front arm. And today we're going to take it by rotating your head a little bit more to the right. So perhaps you're looking at the screen, depending on how your mat's set up. Imagining that you're going to take a walking stick in each hand, grasp it, turn to face that front leg into a long stride. Release the hands, pinwheel the arms, coming into reverse warrior. Feel yourself reaching up and over into your back space as your front leg draws you forward. Return to warrior two, looking forward across the long edge of your mat. Taking a hold, going back to that stride once again. Release, pinwheeling your way into reverse warrior. Glide your right hand down the back leg. A modified side angle. Left forearm on your thigh, right arm lengthening, fingertips away from the outer edge of your right back foot. Right palm open to the sky as if little droplets of wisdom are dropping down into your hand. Release, warrior two. One more time, going for that long stride. Release, reverse warrior. If you like to come into a bind, right hand could Back of your hand could come to your low back, around to your waist, or down towards your hip. Two active legs reaching in their directions. And your hand, if it's by your hip, gives this sense of drawing down as the upper body lengthens away from it. You can have that sense even with your hand at your low back. Thinking about brushing energy down as you lengthen up and away. Warrior two. Coming back to face now the long edge of your mat. Maybe draw those legs in a little bit. Externally rotate your legs and expand into a wide X or a starfish. Six-pointed starfish. Head to tail, limbs reaching out to the fingertips and down through the toes. This is the goddess pull down. We'll do this 5 times. It's a deep breath and a mighty pull down with a release through the legs. Deep breath in. That's it. 2 more. Let it out. And an easy one with the palms open. And pause here for a moment if you like to close your eyes or let your gaze look down toward the tip of your nose. Energy underneath your arches, the armpits, and in the palms of your hands. And drawing the hands into your heart, let the legs come back to a parallel position, toes looking forward, coming down, coming into a wide-based downward dog. Press your hands down into the earth. Feel your sits bones reaching back and high, and your ears in between your upper arms. Again, if you like to bend your legs, release at the hip, knees, and ankles, please do. Or find your length. Both offer something very delicious at this moment. And then bending through your legs, walk your hands back in toward yourself, and you're going to turn the opposite way to the short edge of your mat so that your right leg is now in the front. Rotate your left leg and return to your warrior two. First, gazing beyond the front hand, and then rotating your head a little bit to the left. Taking a hold of those walking sticks. Find your long stride in your length. Release into reverse warrior. Embracing that back space. Warrior two. Long stride. Open body. Reverse warrior. Our modified side angle, and forearm presses down on your thigh to give you a lift at the waist. Lengthen from fingertips down to the outer edge of that back foot. Palm up to the sky. And waiting for something beautiful to unfurl in your hands. Warrior two. Last one, that long, beautiful open stride into your reverse warrior. If you'd like to come into a bind, come around to your low back and either brush it down or around towards your waist, down to your hip. And as your front leg yearns forward, the upper body reaches into the back space. And coming into your warrior two. And turning to face the short edge of your mat. On an exhale, draw your right leg back to meet your left and returning into downward facing dog. Inhale as you rise up to the ball of your feet. Exhale, crouching tiger. And walk your way to the front of your mat. And I do realize it might be at the opposite side, and that's okay. And pause for a breath. Interlacing your fingers, right thumb over the left, rising back up to the sky, and returning to that reach up and over to your right, and add your right leg open to the side, big toe touching. And if you like, release the toe from the floor, really lengthen down through the left side of your body, reaching out through your pointer fingers, toes reaching in space. And then shift your weight, drop that right arm, bend the left into a swaying palm pose, palm tree pose. And let that be your dangling bottom arm. Top arm as if it's hooked up by a ribbon to the ceiling. So you get all this length here. Rising back up. Shift your weight. Come back to your heart, to the front of your mat, and into chair. On an exhale, draw the right leg back behind you for an extended warrior. If you prefer to rotate your back leg about 45 degrees, so it comes into warrior one, it's another option. Rising up, right wrist crosses over the left, bend through the elbows. Feel as if someone's hand is right at the space between your shoulder blades, giving you a little lift up to the sky. We're coming down, scoop the hands up, release, reaching out to the world, and then return to the earth. Right hand to the earth, heart and belly spiral to your left. Sequentially add your left arm in. Watch it doesn't get behind you. It's coming right out from the shoulder. Neutralness and a softness at the base of your skull. Check to see that you can swallow with ease. Coming back down to the earth. And on an exhale, draw your back leg in to meet the front leg and uncurl your way up. The fingertips dive down, softness through the legs, rising back up to the sky and blossom open. The hands rise up past your heart, left wrist over right. Sorry, interlace those fingers up to the sky. Left thumb in front, rising up and over to the left. You can add the left leg in, big toe just barely touching. And float the toes off the floor. Keep reaching out from the toes, the pointer fingers. There is breath and suppleness behind that right knee. And then shift, drop, bend. Feel the lift up and the softness. You can just let that arm dangle as much as you like. And scooping up, shifting your weight back into your heart, back through chair pose. On your next exhale, left leg reaches back behind. We're rising up, and here's where the left wrist crosses over the right. And bend through those elbows, drawing slightly back. Feel the upper body rising up out from the pelvis. Fingertips carve down in front of yourself. Open out to the universe. Continue down to your mat. Left hand to the floor. Right body opens up. Watch that you don't get to roll out on that front foot. Really feel your gentle footprint into the earth. And releasing the hand back down. And a gentle push from the back. Draw the leg in. Rise up to the sky. Let the fingertips dive down. Softness through the legs. Expanding back to the sky and into your heart. Inhale as you rise up. Legs long or bent. Release from the hip sockets. Forward fold. Feel yourself moving out into space and in toward the body. And bending through the legs, coming back down to the earth. And coming onto the side of your body. Lying, coming onto your back. And you can take your little ponytail holder out if you need to. The arms come down by your sides. Knees are bent, feet standing. And draw the knees into the belly. And then with your hands, guide the legs a little bit away from your belly and draw the legs in. Your legs are passive. The weight of your head and pelvis into the earth. And with your breath, there's a release through the low, mid, and upper back. Feel the gentle shift of your body weight, moving dependent on if the legs are being drawn in or gently guided away. Draw the knees in, give them a little squeeze into your body. Then take the arms and the legs up to the sky and shake, 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 shake vigorously, allowing for the blood to come down and nourish along the lymph node channels into the hip and pelvic region, abdominal area, chest, shoulder, neck, and throat. And then like a rag doll, release, let it all bend, drop, and slide one leg, slide the other. And we'll pause here for a couple of breaths, allowing yourself to completely let go and settle into your mat, supported by the earth. And then gently bend your knees, stand your feet, and roll onto your favorite side and take a little pause there. Using your hands and your arms, press yourself up into any comfortable seated position, returning to palms either up toward the sky or down toward the earth. And once more, reaching to the earth, rising to the sky, hands meet at the top, and return to your heart. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Be well. Namaste. And thank you, everybody, for coming out and sharing in practice today. I hope the rest of your day is peaceful, calm, beautiful, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Take care.